I had ventured to Kazakhstan with Air Astana, which now flies direct from Bangkok to Almaty 3 times a week. On board, I discovered a roomy, stylish business class where I spent the next 6.5 hours in comfort. In Almaty, my fellow travellers and I were offered a chance to visit the airline's headquarters, where we had a taste of the in-flight service training and a chance to see how a pilot trains in a flight simulator.
35 or almost 35,000 feet and cruising along at 268 nautical miles per hour. This is a simulation of a flight to Bangkok, actually, having departed from Almaty.
Oh, so if you've got something like you want to simulate turbulence, can you do that?
No, you can't really simulate turbulence. So we can shake the room. If we have an earthquake while we're here, yeah, we can simulate turbulence.
But like, for instance, you can show someone how to do a turn, like to bank to the right.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like, for instance, if we select, all right, and I turn the heading.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the selected speed. So all we have to do would be to re-engage the auto throttle, like that, and it will go, well, now it's currently at this one, and we'll put it back in VNav, and it will go back to the selected speed. So now watch the thrust levers will come up.
So if I kept it there, I would have crashed the plane.
You would stall. Well, it's a long way to a crash. You're 35,000 feet. But, if you didn't do anything, yeah, eventually you would. But
I keep stalling this plane.
But if you put the speed brakes down, then it'll speed up again. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Air Astana was incorporated in late 2001 and operated its maiden flight on May 15 in 2002. Its 2 shareholders are the Government of Kazakhstan and BAE Systems of the UK. This young but rapidly growing airline flies now to over 50 domestic and international routes. Its 2.3 million passengers are served by a staff of over 2,000 men and women on a fleet of 21 aircraft that comprise both Airbus and Boeings. The airline's British sales director told me more. Now, obviously, you're looking at attracting tourists to come into Kazakhstan, but obviously, Kazakhstan people themselves are travelling around a lot of the world. Just looking at your footprint for where you actually go, and the fleet's increasing. Can you tell me a little bit about your fleet and what your plans are for the future with the airline and its routes?
Sure, we operate a modern fleet with an average age of 6 years old, a modern Western fleet of Boeing and Airbus aircraft. We have 4 Boeing 757s and 2 Boeing 767s, and then a mixed fleet of Airbus A320s, 321s and 319s, as well as small regional aircraft, Fokker 50s, which go to the 24 different destinations within Kazakhstan. We've got plans to increase this strategy I mentioned of near abroad, with new regional jets arriving at the end of next year, which will help us expand further into the close overseas areas or abroad areas, to really access these markets and bring them to connect onto our main intercontinental and long haul hubs like Bangkok and Dubai and London.
It's, I mean, as a destination for holidays and so on, it's quite fascinating, isn't it? Because you have such an interesting cultural mix and a real melting pot of East and West.
You're absolutely right. It's a country of enormous diversity, enormous attraction. The key cities of Almaty, which is the traditional, or the old capital of Kazakhstan, is a great gateway. Specifically from our key routes from Bangkok, from Dubai, from London, is a key gateway to bring visitors into Kazakhstan, and really the jumping board to go off to visit the many attractions. Within 20 minutes of being from the city centre of Almaty, you can be up in Chimbalak and Madeo winter resorts, which offer skiing during the winter, ice skating, and trekking during the summer. It's a great opportunity to get into Kazakhstan very, very quickly from this key gateway.
I mean, it's not really all that long ago when countries like this, like Kazakhstan, were pretty much closed off, to the rest of the world. And now it's very open, very welcoming to tourism. I mean, are the people here embracing tourism? I mean, are they very keen to see foreigners coming here from all around the world?
I think from top to bottom, from the governmental level to the operator level, and the people on the street, they are very welcoming. We see in a few weeks' time, at the beginning of October, hosted in Astana, the WTO conference, which welcomes delegates from over 100 nations coming to Kazakhstan to look to develop tourism. This is a key initiative from the Ministry of Tourism. So at one level, at a macro level, there's a willingness to develop tourism. At a lower level, there's inbound operators who are attending all the trade events around the world, like WTM in London or ITB in Berlin, specifically to grow the inbound travel. There's been a degree of success with in a number of niches. These are the hiking and the mountaineering type activities. There's groups come from Europe and from Asia, as well as interestingly incentive tools, specifically from Southeast Asia and India, are increasing. We see large group arrivals into Almaty.
I mean, what would your words of encouragement be to people living in Thailand and surrounds, in terms of discovering Kazakhstan with Air Astana?
With 3 flights a week, there's ample opportunity for direct flights, ample opportunity for residents of Thailand to come to Kazakhstan. And in fact, that sort of schedule gives a very flexible options to come for a week, 4 days, 3 days, whichever way it suits. The key attractions which I envisage for the Thai market will be Almaty itself as a city. It's a great cultural city with a lot of attractions. Springboarding up into the mountains, where you can do, as I mentioned earlier, the skiing and the mountaineering. But also Astana. Astana is the capital of Kazakhstan, and it's a newly built city. And with our 6 flights a day between Almaty and Astana, it's very easy to do day trips or overnight trips up to Astana and really enjoy the amazing architecture that architects like Norman Foster have built up there. The Space Age Peace Pyramid and the Baikarat. These are all amazing pieces of architecture which have built up over the last couple of years. And it's an ongoing project. There's plenty more projects which are developing there. Further across Kazakhstan, there's a whole range of bird watching, fishing, and other opportunities.
Well, 9th biggest country in the world. There's a lot to see.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think with the strength of the domestic network we have, it's actually it's very quick and easy for people to move around.
Then I was off to the airport again, this time for a journey away from the mountains and over the vast arid steppes to the country's stunning new capital, Astana.